Hello students, welcome to LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Here, myself, Mr. Jaiswal Kishan, Civil Engineering Department. So here we are learning all about structural analysis. So here we are taking slope deflection method. In that, we will be going through its theories and its concepts. Now, here you can see that first theory is sign convention. So in sign convention, first is clockwise direction. So all the clockwise direction will be considered as positive. Either it is a slope, either it is a deflection, or either it is a moment or a reaction causing moment, all in clockwise direction will be considered as a positive. Same way, if it is in anti-clockwise direction, we have to consider as negative. So this is the first rule of slope deflection method. Now, let's see. Our case number one is moment. Now here you can see A to B span. A support is a fixed support. B support is also a fixed support. On support A, there are two moments. You can see that green color moment is causing clockwise, so keep as positive. Red color moment is anti-clockwise, so keep as a negative. Same way at B, you can see that green color moment clockwise, red color moment anti-clockwise. So here written that clockwise should be considered as positive and anti-clockwise considered as negative. Case number 2 is deflection. Now, A to B support is given and support B is deflected downward and reach B to B dash. This is delta deflection. So this entire beam has been created a clockwise kind of moment. You can see that B has been shifted to B dash, A is at its own place. So this will be creating a clockwise kind of deflection. So consider it as a positive. In the same way, if I am considering support A deflecting, means A is shifted towards A dash. So this delta is in anti-clockwise direction. So it is considered as anti-clockwise deflection. So we have to take as a negative. It is clockwise deflection, so positive. It is anti-clockwise deflection, so negative. Now let us assume that this B is shifted upward. So it will create an anti-clockwise kind of moment. So that we have to consider as a negative. And if support A is shifted upward, means a deflection is in clockwise direction of A, then we have to consider as a positive. So this we have to keep in mind. Now, our case number 3 is slope. You can see that A to B support are fixed and span AB is given. A is causing clockwise kind of slope, B is causing anti-clockwise kind of slope. So theta A will be clockwise slope, so positive. Theta B is anti-clockwise slope, so negative. So these are the basic sign conventions. Now moving ahead with fixed end moments. So in fixed end moments, our case number 1 is point load. You can see that A to B span is given. A support is a simply supported as well as B support is our simply support form. Now, load W is placed at the center of span L. Means this load is at L by 2 from each support. So this load will create some moment. Now let's see. If I am standing at A, then this will be causing clockwise kind of moment. So for resistance, I have to apply anti-clockwise. So here it is negative. If it is clockwise, so positive. The formula is this yellow color is clockwise in anti-clockwise in negative. So MFAB is nothing but minus WL upon 8. And this is my MFBA, which is WL upon 8 as well. So this has been came from computation and derivation of the equation. So we have to remember this formula. And this W load will create some reaction which will be nothing but W by 2 and W by 2, which we will be seeing in ahead next theories. Our case number 2 is uniformly distributed loop. So same, these are my end moments. At A it is anti-clockwise, at B it is clockwise. So for A, the formula is MFAB is nothing but minus WL square by 12. For MFBA is WL square by 12. It is plus because it is clockwise, it is minus because it is anti-clockwise. Now, you have to mark that why it is MFAB and why it is MFBA. MFAB is nothing but from A to B and MFBA is nothing but at B to A. It is showing, first A is showing that it is at A of AB span. B is showing that it is at B of BA span. So we have to understand like this. Our case number 3 is eccentric point loop. So in eccentric point loop, look at case 1. It is given at center, but in case 2, it is given not at the center but at some eccentricity. So let's see. From capital A, the eccentricity is small a. From capital B, the eccentricity is small b. And the load W is acting at point C. The total entire length is L. Now, this is an anti-clockwise kind of moment, so negative. So this moment is nothing but MFAB. MFAB is minus WAB square by L square, and MFBA will be positive WA square B by L square. Here both the formulas are different. Now you can see in case 1 both the formulas are same, only negative and positive is difference. Case 2 same formula but negative positive sign difference. But in case 3 also negative positive sign difference plus formula is also different. Here you can see WAB square. Here you have to see that WA square B by L square. So we have to remember this. So this was our fixed end moments. The case number 4 is slope at A. Now if here it is a slope causing in clockwise direction, so it's both the moment will be clockwise. This is a after derivation we got that both the moment will be coming clockwise, so both will be positive. Now the formula for MFAB at point A will be plus 4EI theta A upon L. Theta is causing of slope at A. At the opposite end, half will be transferred, which is nothing but MFBA equals to plus 2EI theta A upon L. Now, here you can see both are positive because both the moments are in clockwise. Now, one note has been written that if slope is clockwise, it's both the moments clockwise. If slope is anti-clockwise, so it's both the moment will be anti-clockwise. This you have to remember. Note 2 and note 1 has been explained. Now note 2 says that if at B it is an downward slope, means in anti-clockwise, then both the moment will be anti-clockwise. And note 3 says that wherever the slope occur, means here slope has been occurred at A, there the value will be coming 4, and at the opposite end its half is nothing but 2. In case of both ends are fixed. In different kinds of end connection we will be learned ahead. Now I would like to recall that A and B are fixed support. At support A there is a theta A slope, so it both the moment will be causing clockwise. At A point it is positive 4A theta A upon L. At B point it is nothing but half of it, which is 2A theta A upon L. Next case is deflection at B. Upward it is, case number 4 was slope, now here it is deflection. Now you can say that this is an clockwise kind of deflection, which we have learned in sign convention, that this is an clockwise kind of deflection. So for deflection, if deflection is in clockwise, it's both the moment will be anti-clockwise. That we have to remember. So if deflection is in clockwise direction, both the moment will be anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means sign will be negative, and the formula will be 6EI delta upon L square, where both the moments are MFAB and MFBA is negative, because clockwise is a deflection and anticlockwise will be its moment. In note number 1 it is written that if deflection at B is clockwise, then negative moment will be at both the sides, which is anticlockwise. And if it will be anticlockwise, then it's both the moment will be clockwise. So vice versa are the things we have to remember. Formula will remain same, only minus and positive sign will be changed. Our next theory is simply supported moment. So case number 1 is point load. Now earlier we have learned fixed end moment which are coming at the ends. Now these are my simply supported moment will be coming at maximum loading, below the maximum loading, means where there is a maximum load, there this will moment occur. Now similar case has been taken a central point load. So its reaction will be half of W, which is W by 2 and W by 2. Its reaction will be WL by 4. Means at C it is a moment. So its maximum moment will be at C point below the load, which is WL by 4. So my maximum moment or a simply supported moment for AB span of central point load will be WL by 4. This. For case 2, it is uniformly distributed load. So this is an UDL, as you can see, of W kilonewton per meter over the length L. Now it's both the reaction will be nothing but W multiplied by its length. Means we have to convert UDL into load. So for converting that, we have to multiply UDL value multiplied by its length. So convert it into length and divide by 2 will be its opposite reaction. So WL by 2 and WL by 2. Now moment at C point will be WL square by 8. This is W multiplied by its length square divided by 8 will be getting my maximum moment at C below the maximum load. Now here case number 3 is eccentric point load. Now you can see that these cases are similar, but we are learning some are fixed end moment, we are learning some of simply supported moment. So this is simply supported moment. So in case 3, if it is an eccentric point load, it distance A from point A and from point B it is eccentric distance small b and total length is L. So its reaction will be for RA it is W into B upon L. For RB, it is W into A upon L. These are my reactions. And as I said, maximum moment will only occur below the load. So at point C, the moment will be WAB upon L. So these are my simply supported moment which we have to remember. Now, next topic is equilibrium equation. Now, first, this theory is based on kinematically indeterminate structures. Ki. If you remember, in previous sessions, Ki is nothing but kinematical indeterminacy. Means, if it is a fixed support, kinematically indeterminate will be 0 because fixed support resists everything. Upward reaction, horizontal reaction as well as moment. But if it is a simple support, it will only resist vertical reaction and horizontal reaction and not a moment. So that moment is my Ki for simply support. If we consider roller support, so roller support resists only vertical reaction and not other two. Other two are moment and horizontal reaction. So that two are my Ki. So that is kinematically indeterminate. And for the beam, means if we are considering beam, not a frame or a truss, then we will be neglecting horizontal deformation. So for beam, we will be using KINAD. This is very important for examples also, that we will be considering KINAD for beams. KINAD is nothing but neglecting axial deformation. We will be seeing what is KINAD. Let's see. Now here type of beam is given where A support is fixed support, B support is simple support, and C support is again fixed support. There will be some moment MAB, MBA, MBC and MCB. So there equilibrium equation we have to develop. Then how to develop this equilibrium equation? So first of all we have to go through this Ki. Let's see. What is Ki? The formula of Ki is nothing but 3j minus R. J is the number of joint, R are reactions of the supports. So let's count J. 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 joints. How many reactions? So fixed support resists 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Simple support resists only 2, which is vertical and horizontal reaction. So combination of all this reaction will be 8. So 3 3s are 9 minus 8. I will be getting my 1, which is theta B. You can directly see that fixed support resists everything. C support is fixed support, so it resists everything. But B support is a simple support which resists only reactions which are vertical and horizontal and not a moment which is theta. So that is my unknown. Here Ki has been considered as KINAD because there is no horizontal unknown. We will be looking ahead in the next type of beam. So here our equilibrium equation will be formed on the basis of theta B because my unknown is theta B. So now here MBA plus MBC should be equals to 0. Now equilibrium equation says that summation of moment will be equals to 0. Means if it is not resisting moment, then there will be moment will be 0. You know that simple support does not resist moment. So this is anti-clockwise moment, this is clockwise moment. The summation of it will be considered as a 0. Let's take a case 2. Now here you can see a type of beam where A support is a fixed, B support is a simple and a C support as a roller. Now here new came a roller connection. Now formula remains same 3j minus R. Now let's count number of joint 1, 2, 3. A, B and C. There are 3 number of joints, so J is 3. Now reaction. Fixed support resists all 3, vertical, horizontal as well as moment. So 3. Simple support resists only 2, vertical and horizontal. So 3 plus 2, 5. And roller support only resists 1, which is vertical reaction. So 5 plus 1 is nothing but 6. So at the place of reaction I am giving 6. 3 3s are 9 minus 6 is nothing but 3. So here in the bracket is written unknowns. B it is theta B unknown. C it is theta C unknown, as well as horizontal is my unknown, which is delta C, also known as HC, horizontal reaction at C. But as I said, we are working on KINAD for the beams. So neglecting that horizontal deflection, we are only having 2 number of unknowns, which is nothing but theta B and theta C. So unknowns are theta B and theta C. So at B, algebraic sum of moment must be equals to 0, and at C, algebraic sum of moments must be equals to 0. So at B, there are 2 moments. MBA plus MBC should be equals to 0. But at support C, there is only a single moment. So MCB should be equals to 0. So this will be proven in example that this moments will be becoming 0. This will be seen in examples. Our next case is where A, B and C all are simple support. So you know that simple support does not resist moment. So theta A, theta B and theta C, all 3 are my unknown. At all 3 places, the algebraic sum of moment must be equals to 0. Means MAB equals to 0. That's my first equation. MBA plus MBC equals to 0. That is my second equation. And MCB equals to 0, which is my third equation. There are 3 unknowns, so 3 equations. Now next, here as it goes more and more, you will be tackle more difficulties and you will be understanding about the concept. A support is fixed support, so it resists everything. There is no unknown. B is simple, C is simple, and D is also simple support. All three are theta B, theta C, and theta D are unknown. So algebraic sum of their moments will be 0. Similarly, here A, B, C, and D. Here are 4 unknowns. So there will be 4 unknown and there will be 4 equations. So MAB equals to 0, MBA plus MBC equals to 0, MCB plus MCD equals to 0, and fourth one is MDC equals to 0. So this is all our equilibrium equation conditions.